9:44 right now. Taproot Theatre is doing a play called Camping with Henry and Tom. Henry is Henry Ford, and Tom is Thomas Edison, and they are camping with President Warren G. Harding. Apparently, this is inspired by true events, which makes it even cooler. We're thrilled that the actor playing Henry Ford is here with us this morning, a Seattle acting legend, David Pichette. Thank you so much for coming in and joining us this morning. We had a really fascinating conversation before the break. Again, you are playing Henry Ford, and what a complex character he was.
Oh, very much so. A man who truly changed the world, the way we work, had so many wonderful progressive ideas about making sure that his workers were paid enough to be able to buy the product that they were building, but was also basically a fascist in the making and a terrific anti-Semite. So these people who were so powerful and charismatic and really driven to accomplish things can many times have a dark side that is just as powerful. You know, we're all very complicated,
complex beings,
human beings, and
that is really interesting.
They are too. Yeah.
So Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and President Harding, it sounds like at the beginning of a joke. Yeah. They go camping together. But tell us about this play. It's about 20 years old at this point.
Yes. There's a sort of a funny mutual thing between Scott Nolte, who directed it, and myself. About 20 years ago, I stumbled onto this play through an actor friend of mine and brought it to several theaters in Seattle, trying to get them to do it because I thought it was such a cool play. And people were interested, but it didn't quite fit into the seasons, and there are many reasons why you don't do a play.
Right.
But then I just gave it up and thought, well, that's too bad, lost opportunity. And then Scott announced that he was going to do it. So I wanted to get in on that and audition for it, and ended up being cast in the part. So it's a win-win for both of us.
And it sounds like, even though it was written 20 years ago, it is still pretty relevant today because you're talking about the struggle between private industry and the government, and it sounds like audiences are really loving it for that reason.
They tap into it so immediately because the main thing the play addresses is how initially attractive a kind of populist fascism can be, because it is talking about good things like jobs, a booming economy, patriotism, but then it focuses on a group that you can then pick out to be resentful of and channel your hatred and frustration toward. But it always starts as something very positive. Which
sounds like a learning experience for audiences, not just entertainment.
For everybody. Yeah. But the playwright took his lesson from George Bernard Shaw, who said, if you're going to try to convince people of anything, you'd better make them laugh, because they're not going to sit there while you scream at them.
Right, because it's a funny show, too.
It's hilarious. I mean, I know this doesn't sound
right.
Like
it doesn't sound like it would go kind of hand in hand, but it's
no,
funny.
People roar with laughter. It's very cleverly put together.
Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Oh, my pleasure.
And hey, we want to let you know, if you're watching this and you're going, I want to see this show, we are thrilled that Taproot Theatre is offering 2 free tickets to see Camping with Henry and Tom for the performance on February 7th. If you would like to win tickets, go to our Q13 Fox Instagram page and sign up there. And by the way, Camping with Henry and Tom, don't miss this show. It runs through March 3rd at Taproot Theatre in the Greenwood neighborhood of Seattle. It is taproottheatre.org. Again, thank you so much for coming in, and congrats on the show.
Thank you.